What's up, everybody? I hope you all are doing amazing. I think it's been like 3 weeks since I went live. I'm looking a little scruffy because I'm letting my beard grow out. I'm trying to let it grow out to the fullest. So I'm going through a little rough stage. But let's get into it, y'all. I don't know about anybody else, but I am fed up with this economy and with the jobs. And then the fake jobs that tell you that they're hiring and you never get hired. Now, a couple months ago, say about 3 or 4 months ago, I actually moved out of my place to have more money, to live. At the time, it was just me and my dog. And yeah, I was like, I've been pretty much on my own, fresh out of high school. I always did everything by myself. Um, I had some help from others along the way, and I never had an issue with finding a job. I never had an issue with getting a job. Um, I would say one of my reliable job sources would be Indeed's. Um, I don't know if a lot of you know about it, but for the past decade, I've gotten all my jobs off Indeed. And yeah, recently, I've noticed that I've applied for like maybe, I think from like the time from June all the way up to now, I probably applied to like maybe 50 jobs, y'all. And some of them I just applied to just to apply to because I'm like, I just want to see at this point because a lot of jobs I applied to I actually had the credentials for, and I never heard back from those jobs. So I was like, let me just apply for some jobs that I really don't want to do, but I just want to see if anybody is going to hit me back at this point. Nobody out of like 50 jobs like responded back to me. And I'm like, really? Like this has never happened before. Like in the history of me using Indeed. Up top of that, wages are so low, bills are so high, and I just want everyone to know that you are not alone. Um, we in this thing together. A lot of us are fed up. A lot of us are stuck, and forced with the jobs we have now because there's no jobs available. And like I said again, the fake jobs that are posted that say they are hiring, they never hire you. So it's like it's not a good time to quit your old job if you don't like your old job. It's really not a good time to do that. Like versus just 3 years ago, like I could literally quit a job and then have another job by the end of the week. And like it just happened that quick. And nowadays, like you gotta think twice, y'all. And it's BS on every job. It's gonna be, people that you work with that you don't like or whatever. But you gotta find the silver lining. But now there's come a point in time where, like I said before, no one seems to be hiring. Hello, I hope you're having a good day. I am. I'm having a good day too. But now it's like to the point now, nobody's paying, nobody's hiring, bills are piling up, people are in debt, and I have like friends in like different sectors of life. Like I have friends in the military, I have friends with college degrees, and then there's me, you know, and I was always self-made, for my own reasons. But a lot of these like people who are like in the military and like people who have like these master degrees and stuff like that, like they are struggling worse than me. And the irony is, it's like, wow, it's like, okay, so y'all went to school, to get this degree to better yourself, as they say, and you get through school, you graduate, and you finally get that degree. And let's just say you actually end up landing that dream job, whatever it may be, let's just say you land that job and now you got this job. And then as soon as you get that first check, you have all of this debt from school pretty much reminding you like, hey, you got to pay me off, So it's like, I feel like it's just like the whole system as a whole is like crappy. You know what I'm saying? You go to school, you get all this debt to get these degrees, and then you get the degree, and then you find a job, and then a lot of these places, they don't even like want to hire you, hire what you're worth. Like they don't want to pay you what you're worth. Oh, thank you so much. I'm actually growing it out, y'all. It's a little scruffy right now, but whatever. Y'all see me at my best and my worst, so I don't care. But I have a couple of friends, that have degrees and they apply for these jobs, and a lot of the jobs don't even want to pay them what they're worth, and it's very lowballing. It's very discouraging. Even though, like, I'm one of the people, like, I didn't go to college. I did finish high school, but I didn't go to college. But I would say, like, on the outside looking in, like, to all my friends who have been going to school and stuff like that, like, it's like, damn, excuse my language, but it's like, damn, like, I can only imagine how that feels, what I'm saying, to put in that time, to do all those things, and then, you graduate, you get that degree, and then you pretty much get slapped with a middle finger. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sorry, I know you got this degree, but this is what we're willing to pay you. Either suck it up or that's it. Um, but yeah, it's like it's just pretty crappy, y'all, and it's like one of those topics that I can never talk enough about, because it's coming to a point now where it's affecting more than just one group of people. It's something that's expanding, by the days, by the weeks, by the months, and I just don't mind talking to it. I don't mind shedding light on it. I'm not rich. I'm not broke. You know, I would love to have more money, just like everybody else. But I don't mind. Shedding my advice or how I personally feel. Um, how are you doing, Aiden? Can you dunk? I'm not good at basketball. I'm more of a football person, but I got a crazy, ugly 3-point shot, and I'm definitely a backboard person. So the backboard gonna be my best friend. Oh, thank you, man. That's what's up, though. I'm glad you got your masters, and yeah, like I'm like what I'm saying, y'all. I'm not trying to discourage anybody, like who's like even currently going to school. Like I'm just giving y'all like some examples of things that I've been able to see, and from my own personal experiences. I'm not saying like if you're going to school right now, like just stop what you're doing, drop out. It's not worth it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like I'm seeing a lot of discouraging things, in all categories. All the way around, whether it's in school, whether it's the workforce, or even the military, whatever it may be. I have friends in all different, like I said, sectors of life. And yeah, so that's just my perspective of everything. But yeah, it's just jacked up. Yes, I am an American, African American, Black American, whatever you want to call it. So many names for it nowadays. But yeah, so but yeah, I wanted to get up here and shed some light on that, y'all, because you got some people like they're just going on about their life, like, oh, everything is fine, everything is great, life is great. And for some people, it is, and if it is for you, and if these type of issues, if these problems aren't your problems, then hey, just take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. But me personally, like, just the type of heart that I have, like even if I had like a lot of money and even if these issues weren't affecting me, like it would still bother me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just one of those people. I don't expect everybody to be the same way. But but yeah. So I just want to let all you guys know, like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting up every morning, heading to that job that you just don't want to go to, and you've been trying to leave, you've been trying to, elevate, and nobody's hiring. It's okay. Like, you're not alone. You're not the only one going through it. You know, it's a time where you really just have to have your faith on high. Uh, I had my friend tell me the other day, he was like, he felt like everything I was saying was so negative, and he was like, what happened to, being positive? And, I'm a positive person, and positivity is always needed, but there comes a point in time where you have to like live in the reality, of what's going on. And, I don't think it's being negative, by being in the knowing or in the know of what's going on, like that's all I'm saying. I'm not like trying to shed like just dark negative energy on everybody. Like, I just want everything to be good for everybody. I want higher wages. I want better jobs. I want real jobs, not just jobs that you apply to and you call them and they don't pick up. Like, I want equal opportunity for everybody. And it's just very discouraging seeing what's been happening nowadays until this very day. Yeah, and Lottie, yeah, I will also say social media is playing a very big impact in that. And me myself, like I do social media detoxes. I only have YouTube, of course, and I have Facebook. But I have moments where I feel like I need to reground myself, and I don't make like a public service announcement about taking a break. I just leave, because you have those people who like, oh, on this date, I'm going to da 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 da. Y'all not going to see me again, da 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 da. And that's kind of like fake to me. Whenever I feel consumed or like overstimulated to the point where I feel like I need to be like regrounded or rebalanced, I'll just take a break from it. But social media has played a very big part, I would say, in this era. Um, the influencers, have been a big part of it. They make you think, you can live this lavish lifestyle, without a job, and you have your nowadays what you call your public figures, I guess, and it's just changing the narrative. But in the real world, like you really, even though like I don't agree completely like with like the work system, but in the reality that we live in, you have to have a stable job, till you could get to the point where, where you want to live how you really want to live, whether that's until you find your big break or in whatever it is that you want to do or whatever, but in the real world, you really do have to have a 9 to 5 or whatever, something like that. As far as, you know, I don't want to speak too much on the election. I will say this. I do, no offense towards anyone, or anything. I do support Donald Trump. You know, I have faith in him. I had faith in him, the first time he was in the White House. And I definitely have faith, if he gets in there again, I feel like he stood on a lot of what he was saying, but as far as like the economy and jobs and just my livelihood personally, like going to the gas pump and $12 on a half a tank will fill my car up. Like, who wouldn't want that, So yeah, for those reasons, yeah, I'm not going to get into like his characteristics or who he is as a person, because we all have a character. We all can say some outrageous things sometimes that we have to backpedal on. It happens. It's life. But I do have faith that if he does get in, when he does get in, I'm going to say that we will see, much more. I feel like bigger and better changes than we were able to see from him the first time with everything he was facing during that time. But yeah, I have faith that he can get in there and turn things around. Do I feel like he can just save all the problems of the world? No. Do I feel like, having him as a president is just going to make the world peaceful and make everybody love each other? No. I mean, but when it comes down to the lesser of the evils, yeah, I would say, I would definitely vote for Donald Trump. But yeah, back to like the jobs and the economy. Yeah, so those 50 jobs I applied for, I had one that hit me back, and I think it was for a shelter advocate position. I think it was maybe like for $18 or $19 an hour. And they called me, and I called them back, and we had an interview shot, and they never told me a time. They never told me a date. So even the one job out of all those 50 jobs, like I still got BS'd around. So I was like, what is going on with the economy? And y'all, like, I just want to say this. I am blessed to have the job that I have. I work 2 jobs. I love both of my jobs. I love the people that I work with. I just want to say that personally. And, some people might be less fortunate. If you are less fortunate, I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, like, even with me being in the situation that I'm in and loving both of my jobs, like, I still have moments where, I feel like, maybe I want to try to do something else, and like I said, I'll apply for other things just like everybody else. And it seems to be like nothing out here. So that's the moral of the story, where I'm trying to get everybody to understand. But, love your job until you find something better. Get up every day and put your smiley face on, put your best foot forward, and always remain optimistic. Lottie, I live in North Carolina. What state do you live in? Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. That's where I reside at the moment. Um, Work here is okay, depending on what you do. Um, I'll say in the area that I live in, particularly, it's not what you know, it's who you know. You got to kind of know the right people to like get in the right places where to get the right amount of money. If that makes sense. Um, yeah, but state of North Carolina, that's where I reside. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So to anyone who's been hard on yourself, who's just been feeling like you like literally been between a rock and a hard place, or just backed up in the corner, you want to elevate yourself. You want better pay. For the people with families. My heart goes out to you. It's just me at this point, and at times things can be real tight. Things could be kind of rough sometimes. So my heart goes out to the families and to like all of you with kids. Like y'all have like my biggest condolences, my biggest like y'all are superheroes because for one, I don't have the patience, and then with like everything that's going on with the economy is like I can only imagine coming home to like 4 or 5 kids to feed. And yeah, so my heart goes out to all of y'all. Stay positive, stay informed, um, and like I said before, don't everything I'm saying, I'm not saying to discourage anyone. I have faith in humanity. Um, I have faith that things will turn around. I don't think things are gonna be perfect overnight, but yeah, we have to like this job market has to change. It's scary out here. It's really scary. And for me, like it could just make my anxiety bad sometimes. Because I can be in a good situation and I could just be thinking like the worst out of nowhere, and I'll just be like, "What if this happened? What if that happened?" And I'm like, "Oh man!" Like, and I just get overstimulated, and it'd be too much, and I just be having to sit down and just, So when you feeling, consumed, and you just feeling like you're giving it your best, and you just keep getting hit left and right, these bills aren't stopping. That's one thing about it. These bills are wearing us out. It's not just y'all. Me too. It's wearing us all out. Like I said, nobody wants to speak on it. I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I live in this rainbow world where it's just like, oh, everything is perfect. Like, no, I get up every day. I actually work 2 jobs outside of doing this on the side, and y'all, sometimes I'll be too tired to even get up here, but I'll be like, no, I'm gonna shake it off. I'm gonna get up here. I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna get everything off my chest. And if you can relate, you can relate. Like I said, take what resonates, whatever doesn't, move along. But yeah, so that's my message for today. Jobs in the economy, and like I said, I'm not trying to discourage anyone. And like I said, my main source that I've used was Indeed. Like, if y'all have any other like sources or job sources, like feel free to comment. Please let me know. Put me on. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and light. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend, a safe weekend. And I'm out. Mwah.